feeling physically this week? And maybe take us through the last few weeks. There was a report that you've been like 50%. What have you been dealing with, and how has it affected your game?
I mean, it's middle of the season in the NFL. Nobody feels good. It's not an excuse. You, as a professional, you do everything you can to try and get as close to 100% and go from there. And, I only got hit a couple times, nothing that, no setbacks or anything like that. So looking to stack a couple of weeks like that personally for me in a row to be able to continue to improve. And as the team gets more healthy, likewise trying to get myself more healthy too.
Baker, you had such a great start in terms of running the ball. We were comparing you to Lamar and Josh Allen and all those things. Last 3 weeks, last 3 games, you haven't had a single rushing yard. Is that due to escape lanes? Is it due to you just not feeling like running? What's the thought process there?
I think first, schematically, obviously starting in Detroit, they started with the spy defense on third down, some of that stuff. And, just discipline in the rush lanes. And, for me, not feeling like I was able to get up to full speed, scrambling to throw, which is what I try and do every time. But sometimes, earlier in the season, the run lanes were there. So looking to throw, and as I get healthier, still trying to take advantage of whatever they're giving me.
Baker, we saw Bucky Irving out there today in practice. What was it like, at least just being out there with him, going through the motions?
Good. Had to tell him to slow down a little bit. I know he's, obviously fighting to get back. It's a guy that loves to be on the football field. We love having him out there, but, whenever he's ready, we'll get him in there. But, he looked good today, but just good to have Bucky's energy out there again and employee number 7 back on the field.
You guys have had some good rushing performances this year, but Bucky had 8 runs of 20 yards or more, and you've got the longest run this year at 33. Sean had an 18-yard run. That's the longest run of a running back. How much of those big runs, the 20, the 30, the 50-yard runs, have you guys missed this year in the running game?
Yeah, big time. And it's just, you can't scheme up a perfect run. Defenses get paid to, coaches get paid to, know what you're doing. It's about everybody, not just the running backs, straining to finish, getting that last difference-making block, whether it's me carrying out my fake, receivers making sure they're fit up on the right shoulder, O-line getting on their track and making sure they get the last touch. It's everybody. So, and that's, talking about the post-game comments about everybody, taking accountability, responsibility, where we want to go as an offense. The run game's included in that. It doesn't matter. You have to be detail-oriented in everything we do. And if guys do that, we'll start to, pick up the pieces.
He helped you in the passing game before he got hurt too, as well. A couple touchdowns. What has he done there to improve that side of his game?
Buck? Yeah, he's just a good athlete. You guys saw that. Just as many times as you can try and get these guys, the running backs, the ball in space to make people miss, break a couple tackles. It can be a simple check down that they turn into an explosive play that you don't exactly imagine going that way, but it definitely helps you out and sparks the team. So, and it's, like I said, continue to get these guys in space. I thought we, ran the ball pretty decent against a very tough rush defense. So, like I said after the game, you look at what we did well. We were very physical when we ran the ball well. And so we got to continue that and just execute.
When you're playing in a raining, wet Buffalo, which it seems to be one way or the other, this time of year, you have to find a way to run the football, right? Yeah,
got to find a way to run the football, especially down in the red zone when it's tough. There's not a whole lot of room to spread them out in the pass concept. So good teams always run the ball well, and we have to continue to improve in that. And obviously, you guys know it's been different with the O-line shuffling around, but I thought guys were on the same page even when Ben went out after the first drive. And so to be able to execute like that, looking to stack on that and improve and continually.
What do you see from this Buffalo Bills defense? It seems like the run defense is a little bit, but the pass defense has been pretty stout all year.
Yeah. Obviously a very well-coached team. Sean McDermott, somebody that's one of the best defensive minds in football, knows your tendencies, can really call out plays from the sideline, can recognize formations, personnel, all that. So he coaches those DBs really well on how to show you one look and give you another, not giving anything away. They've been dealing with injuries up front, so we know how that goes. But, yeah, secondary as a whole has been playing really well. And starts with the safeties, but also their backers have been able to really, really help out in pass coverage. And a lot of it, they're forcing the quarterbacks to get the ball out on time and early. sometimes. So just a sound defense. And, you go on the road. For us, got to be on the same page, communicate well in a great environment. We know that. We've been up there 2 years ago. So, handle the noise and be able to execute our plan.
What's the trick to the trade in playing with a wet football, cold conditions? You've done this through your career. Is there anything you do in terms of either gloves or ball preparation or anything to keep a dry ball and be able to be accurate?
They substitute the balls in and out if they get too wet. As a quarterback, sometimes when the ball's wet, you try and grip it harder. That actually doesn't work. You got to just, I don't know. It's not like you're trying to strangle the ball, but just get it out and make sure that you have good meshes on the handoffs and stuff like that. That's really the most important part, because once you throw it, it's in the air. It doesn't matter. It's really about whether it's a toss, a jet sweep, handoffs with the backs, making sure that they get it.
The first 3 games of the season, also the Seahawks game, right? We've seen you in this offense come back and win it at the end. It looked like that might have been the case against the Bills. 2 minutes,
Yep.
3rd and 3. I'm sorry, against the Patriots. The 3rd and 3 at the 27-yard line in New England. When you went back and watched the film on 3rd and 3 and 4th and 3, what are your thoughts on how that transpired?
Yeah, much like I hit on after the game, just doing the little things right, routine things. For me, like I mentioned, the play before that, putting the ball on Cade so he can actually get the yak. We won't even be in that situation. Then on the 3rd and 3, just making sure that we sit in the zones and stay firm on certain concepts. And then also they've seen that concept probably 4 times before that. The bench cut's open. So you can either hammer it to Cade right now, he's going to get hit, or take an extra hitch, throw it to Mech on the sideline, and move on. And then the 4th down, we just got to be able to communicate with the pass rush, the defensive front, and all that. So it's the things that we were doing well in the 2-minute situations early in the year that were winning us games. We did not execute and did not do that well on Sunday. And that's when you play a team like that, you're going to lose.
Baker, regarding your comments post-game, do you think the message got across to whoever needed to receive it, and what's been the response?
I think it was received. One of the best walkthrough Wednesdays we've had. Guys are locked in. I mean, the thing is, when I say something like that, it's not like it's all of a sudden this brand new idea. Guys know we have to execute. The guys know what our potential is on this offense and in this team. So the standard is the standard. That's a cliche thing to say, but there was a locked-in Wednesday walkthrough, and looking to stack that and have a good practice tomorrow.
Baker, as a leader on this team, throughout the course of the season, how important is it for you to pick your spots and to speak up when you feel it's absolutely necessary? And do you have that sort of filter? Have you learned that throughout your career of knowing when to speak up and when things are okay, like everyone's kind of got it?
Yeah, there's definitely a time and place for, I guess, team speeches, whatever you want to call it, or calling people out, whatever it is. There's a time and place, and for us offensively, like I said, that wasn't up to our standards. So our leaders have to be exceptional in those moments, and everybody else has to do their role, their job, whatever that is, at a very high level. And it's the NFL. It's professional football. We expect people to do their job at a high level. Nobody's perfect, though. But when it's things that you've consistently seen on tape and we've executed, you expect them to do it well.
Baker, I
Two
don't know
more,
what
please.
it would take for you to come out of a game, because you're just that guy, right? But how do you gauge, what you're able to do with your physical condition? In other words, if you give your team the best chance to win, you're going to play. But what is that back and forth, that mental battle that you have? Like, because there are other guys on this team, and you got a long season ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. I can actually just relate back to 2021 for me. Physically not being able to perform as well as I really wanted to, and a lot of times it's that case. But was I hindering myself and the team? Probably. So you evaluate that. You go through the week and you judge it by the end of the week. Are you feeling good enough to go? If not, just making sure the communication's there.
Baker, what's your relationship like with Josh Allen, and how has that developed over the years?
I have to walkie-talkie to him because he's so damn tall, so I can't really have a face-to-face conversation with him. But in Buffalo, it's cold, it's rainy. Even though he's 6'10", his hands are small, so he better wear his gloves. Thanks, guys.